much for your patience. Oh my goodness, this week has been something else. I've been so busy and just so all over the place with the whole app beta and everything like that. I really appreciate you guys being so supportive and so patient. And the first OC here we're going to is from Jenivue Grimm on DeviantArt, and they commissioned me, so thank you so much. You guys have no idea how much that helps support me, because recently me moving out to being on my own for the first time, it can be scary, and having you guys' support there and commissioning me and stuff like that, it really helps so much. I cannot stress that enough. Thank you so much for commissioning me. And their character here, which I believe's name is Faith, but it's spelled Fayythe. So I think it's pronounced Faith. I could be pronouncing it wrong. Not sure, but they have a bio, so let me read this for you. This character, honestly, I think is super cool, and I'm not just saying that. I honestly believe it's really cool. It's a very unique design, and it just, it's cool. Okay, you guys tell me what you think. This is their bio. Miss Faith Callaghan. The name itself is pretty cool. The shadowy radio host of the Widower's Drop. It kind of sounds like one of those like creepy Disney movies, like Nightmare Before Christmas, stuff like that. The seaside town is a hotspot for the strange and unknown, while its inhabitants try and pretend that everything is okay. Many people have different views on the strange occurrences going on, yet Faith seems to have a deeper understanding of the events. Yet she does not hide the fact that she keeps those secrets to herself. She is anyways in conflict with the town's blackmailing mayor. Oh gosh, everything is so dark and eerie. It's so creepy. As she is the resident, which there is little to no information to gather on her, other than she never seems to leave the station. Her constant companion is a little beast under her desk. Oh, that's cute. And two heads with a strange purple fur. Her aloof and blaze attitude to the events of the town often leave the people unsure if they should be worried or if she's simply being silly. While she is always seen as being the relaxed personality, the wrappings that are often appear on her fingers do seem to suggest that she does something other than simply sit there behind her desk all day. That's very interesting. It's almost like she's some sort of like monster hunter, but she's kind of like hidden and she jokes about it, but she doesn't tell anyone about it. So that's kind of cool. I mean, obviously the place they live is pretty strange. If she has this like two-headed puppy, that's pretty strange. So you would assume something was going on there. But I mean, it's an interesting idea that everyone kind of in the city acts like the things aren't happening, even though they are. And I don't know, I like that. I like the idea. It's kind of like a gothic sort of tone to like a show. If you had that as like an anime, people, it would be more like a Soul Eater type of anime. So I'm like, that's very interesting. I would watch that if it was one. Next up here is BriightEyes on Amino and their character, which is super adorable. Let's see. They also have a bio. Their name is Astrid White. Here we go. Astrid White was born in Armin Roseblood White. Born as Armin Roseblood White. That's her real name. Okay. She was born to a wealthy family who were the alphas of the werewolf pack called the Roseblood Pack. Her dad was in the Air Force and her mother was a real estate agent living in California. So her mother was the one who really took over for the pack. Until she was 4 years old, her and her mother went on a school field trip until a bus crashed. Everyone came out safe, but her mother was found dead. Oh gosh. That's not good. But not by the crash. She was murdered. Oh goodness. Okay, this is escalating quickly. She was the only witness, but couldn't confess, since behind her mother's real estate business was a very powerful mobster. Oh gosh. But she collected supplies and funds to get back where the monsters came from. I look like this bio has been cut off. I probably cut it off when I first accepted this character, because sometimes I accept characters ahead of time and I put them into my phone and I go through them like in a list sort of, but I sometimes put them on my phone early and save the bios. So I don't know if this bio continued. I think I cut it off, so it probably was a lot longer, but I cut it off where I thought was a decent amount of it. And so far they sound pretty interesting. I've always seen so many stories with the whole alpha sort of idea behind it, with like the wolves and stuff like that. So I've never really actually read one of those stories, so I don't know exactly how it works or how any of that works. I've seen it like quite a few times in things, like even in 𝐼𝐈𝐍𝐸's little role plays, she also has that sort of setting in it, but I've never actually focused on it enough to know exactly how it works. But as you can tell from the character's design over there, it pretty much is base colors and there's not much shading, so I wasn't sure exactly how to get the colors, but since a lot of their colors, or the majority of their colors, were dark colors like black or dark gray, it wasn't that hard for me to figure out like, oh well, it's okay if I get it a little too light. I'm just gonna make it a few shades lighter and then add shadows. So that's what I did, but the only thing that was pretty much colored on the character was her skin, which was very pale, so I went with a very, very pale tone. I think it matches pretty okay so far. I'm not sure if I messed up, but right now it looks okay. And the jacket, which is brown, and I feel like I do make things normally a little too red whenever I do lighting. Like when I put down the base colors, everything's going okay and everything looks okay, and I'm doing like shadows, and I'm like, okay. But then once I start adding a shading and the lighting, and it gets pretty crazy. Next up here is RiverDrop on DeviantArt, and they purchased this character with the 50 sparkles you could save up by joining the Amino, by doing events and stuff like that. So they actually told me I could pick a character to draw. So that was exciting. I chose this character here. I don't remember exactly what all the other characters were that I could choose from, but this is the one I saved to my phone. His name is Arry. I'm not sure if it's right. His name could also be Air because I have two spellings of it. So I'm not entirely sure which one is the proper spelling. Age 3 to 23, depending on the role play. That's what it says. Race, werewolf, subspecies hellhound. I always thought hellhound sounded cool. Personality, he is very protective of his family and will do anything to protect them. He is a very serious and loyal and caring and kind and respects others. So pretty much he's man's best friend. he's like a puppy. Puppies are so loyal. Bio, he was adopted by 2 vampires. Oh my gosh, 2 vampires. What is he, a werewolf? Well, he is a werewolf. He's a werewolf subspecies hellhound, but he's adopted by 2 vampires. Now that's interesting. Okay, he's adopted by 2 vampires who had found him in the arms of his dead mother. Gosh! What is with the dead mothers in this? This is like would be the worst video ever for Mother's Day. You're like, guys, happy Mother's Day. Okay, let's do this now. This is terrible. Okay, they hadn't seen a werewolf like him. He was very sweet child, and he had a pretty normal childhood. Sorry, I'm having trouble reading this. His family allowed him to join a nearby werewolf pack soon became the alpha male. Sorry, there's quite a few typos in this. It says because instead of became, and it's confusing me. By the age of 12, his siblings and his parents, friends, children loves to play with him, and he loves all of them and would protect them at any cost. It says coast, but I think they mean cost. And I get it. It's a very cute character. I'm just really bad at reading this. I'm sorry if I make your character seem worse. But this character is super cute. It's pretty much a werewolf adopted by vampires. I love that. I love that idea. That's like super neat because they're both like mythical creatures. And I don't know, that's kind of cool. Imagine an entire show or entire book written off mythical characters, but they're in like a more modern time. That's what I imagine this character would live in. Something like that, with lots of mythical creatures like the mermaids next door. But he was adopted by vampires. I think that would be super cute. And that's everything. If you guys want to submit your OCs, all you have to do is comment them below. The entire information on what you have to do to get your OC drawn is in the description. But also, if you wanted to skip the whole process, you can commission me, which really helps support me. So if you want to do that, the link is in the description as well. Or you can join my Amino, which is pretty much a social place where you can just hang out, chat, you can post your artwork, or you can also join the fan club, which helps support me in real life. And you could join events and save up these things called sparkles, which will then guarantee you a drawing in one of these videos. There's a bit of a wait list, kind of a way to guarantee it. So thank you guys so much for watching.